up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at 4 statues from Pop Culture Shock. We got Leonardo, we got Raphael, and Donatello, and of course, last but not least, we got Michelangelo. Now these are from Pop Culture Shock, and these are the more budget-friendly statues compared to their expensive statues. But that's enough talk about these guys. Let's get them out of the box. First, we're taking a look at Michelangelo. Now, like I was saying before, these are about $50 retail, whereas their more high-end statues are, I believe, about like $600 more or less, and they're limited edition. This is more for the general public, me pretty much. But yeah, so we're gonna take a quick look at the Michelangelo. Give him a quick turn so we can take a look. Got the base there that's standing on a building. Really nice, kind of. They did a good job giving it that old, like New York City type of building look. You know, with the glass and the chipped on the side there. Now this is a PVC statue, so it's extremely light. No design on the back, obviously. Quick look at the bottom, and there's nothing there either. So that's the Michelangelo base. Now let's take a look at the actual statue himself of Michelangelo. Okay, so we're going to start off with the legs. And I really love what Pop Culture Shock did with the shading on the muscles there. On the green. And I like how the orange really pops against that green. You got the nice white or silver M on his belt. It loops around. You got the brown and the shading on the shell, which is really nice. Goes around. Really cool. I like that. Now we're going to move up so we can get a better look at the rest of the turtle. So as you can see, he has the nunchucks in front of him right there. Really cool pose. The chain kind of feels like almost like paper clips, which is kind of cool. Nice little touch there. Yeah, he's got that cool ready to fight pose and look on his face. The short bandana in the back. The second nunchuck on the back of the belt there. Really cool. Really nicely done. I like how these look. They definitely look like the almost like the intro of the original cartoon there. What is it? The 80s cartoon, I believe it is. I'm pretty sure it's in the 80s. Maybe, yeah, 80s. But definitely kind of get that vibe of them on the roof of the buildings at the very end of the theme song. So there you go. One more spin for Michelangelo. And man, they did a good job. The colors really look good. I like how the orange is really neat. But, alright, so that's it for Michelangelo. And now we're taking a look at Donatello. So one thing that pops up right from the beginning is that he's on a much smaller base. Much smaller, so, but still the top of a building. You can still kind of get that vibe that he's on top of a building. Quick spin of Donatello. So there you go. Holding the bow staff out in front of him. So let's bring him a little bit closer. Let's take a look at the base. Once again, you know, nothing on the sides, but they got that cool look of an old New York building going. You know, nothing on the back, but they got that cool like gravel on the top there, which is kind of neat. Then we look at Donatello. So the green, the purple, like really nice color work there. Really nice painting applications, in my opinion. I think they did a really good job with that. The shading on the muscles, really neat. Got that nice, you know, big D medallion on his belt. In case you forgot it was Donatello. They even got nice work on the bow staff. Like it really gives you that look of like wood, like it's actually made out of wood. So I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, see, that's a cool purple right there. Even the color on the front of the shell, that like almost like a really dark yellow with a shading like that, showing a little bit of teeth on the corner of his mouth too. You know, like they're definitely ready to fight. These guys, like the first two, Donnie and Mikey, are usually very friendly turtles, but these guys, you can tell they're ready to fight. Yeah, you can't put the bow staff in there or anything like that. It's just for show. But you can see that it would have gone there. The only thing is, I'm pretty sure, didn't Donatello have a belt that came over his shoulder, kind of like Leo did? Pretty sure he did. I'll have to check that out, but I'm pretty sure he had a belt that came over the shoulder too. But anyway, so speaking of Leo, he's going to be our next one. So as you guys can see, his base is a short base as well, and it's made out of bricks, so it's a little bit different. And the other difference with Leo is that he actually has his arms out to the side, and the reason they're out to the side is for his swords, which came separately. Everybody else comes completely intact. There's no assembly whatsoever, but Leo, you do got to get the swords and put them in his hands, and they're pretty snug. Like on the box, it shows that like the grip goes down further than that, but I'm kind of hesitant to do it because I don't want to break it, to be honest with you guys. So, but it does show that it can go lower, like further up, and I'm sure it could. But once again, I just took this thing straight out of the box. I didn't do anything to, to mess with it. So I really don't want to break anything on him. So I'm just gonna kind of give it another attempt there. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna kind of leave it the way it is, and maybe switch it up. Let's see if maybe it's on the wrong hand. Let's see. No, nope. Pretty much the same thing. It seems like it doesn't really matter. And like I said, I'm sure they can go further down if I was to work with it a little bit more. But just for the sake of this review and to move on, let's just kind of keep going. So we're going to bring him a little bit closer. Once again, like I said, he's got a shorter base. This one's actually brick, not like the other turtles, which are on, the like the building. This is part of the building, but this looks more like the chimney part. And, it's kind of cool, kind of something different, a little red there instead of just the traditional gray you see from the other ones. And he's got some of that gravel in the back there, too. He's got that pose like he's getting ready to kind of like jump forward with his swords out to the side, which is really neat. So there he is right there. So let's give it a quick spin. So one thing you will notice is that the turtles are all the same shade of green, pretty much, which is kind of different because they do tend to have different shades of green for each turtle. But once again, if you can just kind of imagine the theme song in the beginning, they're supposed to be kind of under moonlight, so I'm kind of looking at it that way. Like they're under the moonlight, so you kind of can't really see the difference in the shade. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is like a slight difference. Like Michelangelo definitely seems a little bit darker than Leo, but not as much as like the way NECA does it with their turtles. So I don't know, take it any way you want. One thing I did notice for Leo is that he's got a little chip above his eye, which that kind of sucks because now he's got this like gray chip over the eye on that blue, and it kind of puts a damper on it. I mean, the thing is, these guys aren't perfect. I mean, for the price point and for what Pop Culture Shock did, these things look fantastic at $50. But once again, once you get into that PVC statue and you get into that price point, you're gonna have these little scuff marks or imperfections here or there. Like I'm sure you guys have seen some in the paint. But here we go. Now we're jumping back. I'm sorry, we're jumping into Raphael. Now Raphael's got probably just as big of a base as Michelangelo. Yeah, I think it's the same size base. A gray building with the windows on it. So that's kind of cool. He's got like the wire going through the back, which that's cool. So it seems like Michelangelo and Raphael are both on the same building. Donnie is on a building probably like just in front of it, a little bit lower, along with Leo, and Leo's on the chimney, like maybe the chimney portion of it or something like that. But yeah, so they did a pretty good job with the here's another quick spin, a closer look at the base. You got the pipe running down the middle, so it looks like Raph's and Mikey's kind of not connect, but they go side to side right at that point right there, if you want to. Like I said, I've seen the Pop Culture Shock like $600 statues, and they are phenomenal looking. And obviously, I can't afford that, and many of us can't. But they were kind enough to give us these $50 PVC versions that are really cool. Like I said, there are some imperfections, but very, very minor. I mean, I besides that one on Leo, I couldn't really see anything else that was really worth pointing out. I think the paint apps are really good on these turtles. I think the bases are really cool on them. I think they did a great job with them, especially considering that $50 price point. Like, I love these. I think these are fantastic. As you can see, this Raphael, he's got the pointy sides going through like he normally does through the fingers there. So yeah, so kind of let's kind of move this guy back a little bit. Let's see what it looks like if we can get the rest of them. But yeah, Raphael, very awesome fighting pose with the sai coming up through the middle of his fingers. Very iconic pose for him. Yeah, see, Mikey and him go together like that. And then, here we go. We put Leo on this side here in front of Raph. And, let's put Donnie in front of Mikey. So it kind of seemed like this was the idea that they were going for when they made these turtles. Something very similar to this, where Mikey and Raph were on the same building, and then Leo and Donnie were on one in the foreground. But I mean, if you don't like it this way, you can switch them around. So then you got Leo in front of Mike and Don in front of Raph. Either way, it looks great. I think these look really good. I mean, you got to remember at that $50 price point, you're competing with like Diamond Select, and in my opinion, a lot of Diamond Select $50 statues do not they're not even close to what these guys gave us for $50. I think these guys blew Diamond Select out of the water in some categories. Don't get me wrong, Diamond Select does a lot of good $50 ones as well, but these are just fantastic. I love these. I am so excited to add these to the collection. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really hope you guys give this video a like. Share the video, help the channel grow. I would really appreciate it. And hopefully you guys, had fun watching, and I hope you guys stay safe out there. Later, guys.